The most counterproductive thing that we can do is feel like we've done something wrong. What is happening right now is for the best and highest good of all beings. So much of the conversation is how can we shift our energy and our minds around what sickness and what death is. And in this case, so many teachers are talking about the balancing of energies. That energy will be balanced whether we like it or not, consciously on a conscious level. And it will be done in the quickest, fastest, easiest way. The thing is, for those of you who have a filter that God is an angry God, that the universe is an angry universe, or that the universe or God is a judgmental universe or God, this will not feel good because it will feel like, what have I done to deserve this? That this is a punishment and that there's a judgment on what we have and haven't been doing, have and haven't been thinking, or have and haven't been feeling. When in reality, there is no judgment coming from source energy. And that a balancing of energy is a balancing of energy without any heaviness or attachment behind it. The most counterproductive thing that we can do is feel like we've done something wrong. And instead of feeling like we've done something wrong with the heaviness that the word wrongness brings to the mind and to the emotions, creating how can we find balance from here on out? How can we find balance of our hopes and our fears, of our love versus our fears, of our connectedness versus what we perceive as separateness? How can we find balance in our social time versus our sacred me time? How can we find balance between our work and our family life? Because your soul, your spirit, and our souls collectively have called in this downtime with a fierceness. We've called it in together. It cannot be any other way. This is not a response to some God that is in the heavens judging us. This is in response to our calling. We have called this in. And that is what has to be understood. This is our desire. So what is there to do? There is to ask yourself the question, how am I benefiting from this? And for those of you who have suffered a loss in your family, like somebody has actually passed away, that's going to be a hard question for you. But ask it anyway. How have I benefited, and how has this person that passed away benefited? You know it in your heart that transitioning into pure light is the most joyful, powerful, rejuvenating thing that can possibly happen to anyone. It's the quickest way to freedom. What there is to do is to take a look at that benefit. How are you benefiting now? And to create that benefit without having to have the chaos and the sickness and the death. How can I create this feeling of I'm not expected to do as much as I usually do in your quote unquote normal everyday life? How can I create this feeling of connectedness with my neighbors, connectedness with the world, connectedness with perfect strangers in my quote unquote everyday life? How can I create this feeling of balance, this feeling of peace, or whatever you wrote down or thought of when I asked you how you're benefiting right now? Are you eating better? Are you taking more time for yourself? Are you checking in with your friends or your loved ones more? Are they checking in with you more? Do you feel a sense of purpose like you've never felt before? Do you feel a sense of collective purpose like you've never felt before? There's so much power in everyone in the entire world wanting the same thing. You totally feel that. When's the last time that everyone in the entire world wanted the same thing, no matter which country they were from? There's so much power in that, and only good can come from that. Desire is the pivot point of creation. What's coming from this is almost beyond what we've ever imagined before, because it took this to imagine it. Take care of yourselves, my love, and create a way to create this balance in everything that you do. You're amazing. I love you.